good evening, and welcome to Conversations with Entrepreneurs. I am your host, Alethea Brown, and with my co-host, Chanel
Hello, hello. I'm Chanel with Moonglade Travel. Happy to be here.
and Jeff.
Hey everybody, it's Jeff White with Yes We Did LLC. Happy to be here.
And Dion.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. This is Dion Jones with Abe Lever Consult.
How's everybody doing this week?
Doing good this week.
Great.
Happy to be alive.
Right. Yeah.
So we had a great show last week. People are still enjoying it. So last week was a good one. And I just love the fact that Jeff was able to coin the phrase of turning your passions to profits. And so I think we'll continue that on this week and kind of get it started. And Jeff brought up a very interesting way. Everyone is waiting on stimulus, and I'm sure there are a lot of thriving, inspiring entrepreneurs out there that's probably anticipating that stimulus check come in. Let's talk about, if you're an upcoming entrepreneur, what are some of the things that we might consider doing with that stimulus check at this point? So Jeff, since you are money man, I'm gonna let you get started.
Go Jeff, go.
Well, the way I see it, now let me premise it by first off by saying that if you can, because first off, the stimulus check is to stimulate the economy, and a lot of people, they need that money, to pay bills and expenses and get caught up. So if that's what you have to do, then you definitely need to do that. That's your top priority. So no one is saying that you shouldn't, forget about your responsibilities. If that's your first priority, if that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. What we're talking about is for people who have that money and it's quote unquote extra. And it's for things that, that they can use it to benefit themselves. Personally, what I did with that money was I bought a home generator. Because I like, hey, this is basically free money and I saw what happened in Texas. So I'm going to use some of that money, to help, bolster my house because you never know what's going to happen. Like I say, I consider it free money or bonus money. Now, as far as a business, if you want to start a business, this may be the perfect time to use some of that money to get started. Maybe take a course and learn something new about a business, or maybe even get started in something small that you can build on. But, this may be the perfect opportunity to do something like that. And on a side note, what I also did with some of that money was I bought a little gold and silver too, because that's money also. So instead of just putting it back in cash, I bought a little gold and silver and a little bit of Bitcoin. So the thing is, if you consider it extra money, use it to your advantage. What can you do with that money that can help benefit you in the long run? There's nothing wrong with buying yourself something nice, but at the same time, take some of that money and use it on something that's going to help benefit you. Whether you want to try to start a business or put it in something that can make you money at the same time. So, just take your time and think about it, because we don't know if we're ever going to get another stimulus check. No one can guarantee it, but, take full advantage of it while you have it.
Yeah, I agree, Chanel.
Yeah, I'd second that. We've talked about this for the past year. A lot of families are really struggling right now for food and shelter and all those other needed expenses. So definitely, that should be the primary focus if that's a need of yours. But I see an opportunity, like you said, Jeff, to really start and grow businesses using that. It's extra money. It's like you said, I guess we can call it free money, but that extra money. So two things that come to mind for me is one, paying down debt. It's already a monthly expense that you have anyway, but if you can reduce or eliminate that, that also just puts that extra money back into your pocket that you could invest or save or go towards your business. But when I think of using extra money or bonus money outside of our essentials and debt and savings, I think of what is it in your business that you want to do that can take you to the next level, that can help you propel, whether it's investing in your website, taking a course. We've talked about continuing education and being lifelong learners. Maybe you can take an inexpensive course to help increase your knowledge in a specific area or help you be better and more competitive in your industry. Whether it's I don't know, we've talked about hiring or outsourcing certain things. Maybe it's hiring a contractor to come in and do some admin work to kind of help you get caught up. Whatever area that you're struggling in, I think this is a time where you really can take this bonus money to put towards your business to kind of help it propel you and take you to the next level. Is kind of some of the things that I thought about.
Yeah, those are good ideas too. Dion?
Yeah, I would just echoing Jeff and Chanel, definitely prioritize your money. I mean, if you need it for the essentials of life, do not go hungry in an effort to start a business. Feed yourself and take care of your bills, and prayerfully, unless you just absolutely needed it, you didn't take that hiatus when they threw that myth out there, like don't pay your bills for so long and don't worry about it later. Don't ever do that, you know. And I don't want to, I've got my own children and I don't want to talk to anyone like children, but no, we'll have none of that. Don't do that at all, right? So right, Chanel, no, right. I just pulled up some things. I'm going to find about 2 or 3 of our entrepreneur panel on this. I just pulled up 15 businesses you can start for less than $1,000, and please, and do not make light of them. One of them is photographer. The second one, Jeff, is personal trainer. The third one is author and writer, Alethea and Jeff. Chanel, you're this virtual assistant. You've been that in COVID. You've been that in COVID with the travel and the way you've had to handle the business and things of that nature. Consultant, that's what I do. You know, I get contracted per case sometimes, let alone per company or per agency and things of that nature. Social media manager, this is for our millennials. Jeff was talking about bringing a millennial on so we can get some of their ideas. Wedding planner, personal chef, tutor, YouTuber, blogger, dog walker, and dog sitter. What a very interesting, lucrative business, dog walking and dog sitting. You would be surprised. You would be. E-commerce reseller, landscaping, lawn care service, and painter. And I'm just saying, there are things, that list right there, those 15 people, that's a myriad of people. That's a lot of different talents and functions and purposes and uses and stuff. And I'm certain there's something that you can do with stimulate your own economy. As you, like Jeff says, before you get to balling and going and mauling, as my dad used to say, and going to the mall and getting fresh and stuff. Stimulate your own economy. It's something you've been waiting on. Some of this stuff, we don't want to just keep calling it free money, but you've been waiting on a little boost, a little stipend, something extra, something that you did not have that's given to you and you do not have to pay back. So utilize it. It could stimulate your business. It could light it up, and you never know what this seed of 1,000 and 1,400 could do for you in the long run. Most people, my dad used to say this all the time, you need to be tri-vocational. You need to try everything that you can so legally to make you money. And so there's nothing you shouldn't try about yourself. Try it. It might work. It might surprise you, the success that you have. The lady we had on last week, Sharon, was amazing. She was an insurance person for 20 plus years, and then she did a hard left and went into baking, and it blew up in the middle of a pandemic. So stimulate yourself, stimulate your mind, stimulate your economy, stimulate your business. Use your money you're getting and seed into yourself. Chanel always talks about planting seeds. Plant a seed into your own self. Mm-hmm.
I think that's so true, Dion. And 2 more things that came to mind as you were speaking was shop local. And we always talk about supporting Black businesses, but not just on a day or a specific time period. Shop local, period. A lot of small businesses and entrepreneurs have gone through a traumatic year. And the more that we can pour into them and stimulate them, it supports our, fellow entrepreneurs and small businesses. But also that's another avenue to support or stimulate the economy. And another thing, and I don't even know why I didn't think about this the first time, was to travel. I mean, obviously, we've talked about this. People have been in quarantine and locked it down and in the house for almost a year, over a year now. I think we've hit the year mark this week. And granted, the world is slowly opening up and people are traveling, but we've talked about travel being a part of self-care and how travel can help with your mental health and how travel can help in relationships and children. So that's just another, even if you're not trying to hop on a plane and go to Italy because they're shutting back down, there are things that you can do locally, domestically, and in various locations that really can help your mental health and your self-care right now through travel. So shameless plug.
Hey, I just remember something too. You brought up a really good point. They call it stimmy checks or stimulus checks. It's to stimulate the economy. So we need to, spend some of that money. I know people want to save some, and I totally get that. But let's, like you said, that was a good point, Chanel. Spend it on some local businesses because people are struggling. They need to get back on their feet. So if we can help, some businesses by, patronizing some businesses, whatever, put some of my money back into the economy, because that's how we can boost the economy. We need that money circulating and moving it around, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. So Dion really made a good point, and Jeff, you pointed out too. So stimulate your entrepreneurial venture with your stimulus check. So our topic is going to be what to do with your stimulus check. So that is a question that we're going to pose on our Facebook page this week. What you can do. Dion is going to share that list. We're going to break that list down. Have you got that entrepreneurial bug? We're going to give you some ideas. And then we're also going to do Chanel's campaign. We're going to get a list. Shop local campaign. So you want to stimulate? Yeah, let's stimulate your community. So we're going to get a shop local campaign going. It's going to be on our Conversation with Entrepreneurs Facebook page. And then wherever you're at, if you want to share, some small businesses, in your area, send us a message. Let us know, and we'll put something on our Facebook page, to help them, get back on their feet. Small businesses are suffering. Small businesses are suffering. So there's something you definitely want to do. You're just going to shop local. You're going to stimulate your entrepreneurial venture, and give ideas. But it's still from last week. Turn your passion into a profit. What way? Use your stimulus check. Change, turn your passion into a profit. These are all great ideas, and I think a lot of people probably can resonate with them right now. There are probably people sitting there contemplating, man, I want to do this, but should I do that? Balance it out, and do a worksheet. Get your piece of paper and break it down. What do you want to pay? And what can you spare? And then move from there. It doesn't take that much to really jump out there on the leap of faith. The legalities of starting a small business is one thing, but the idea that you have, something you want to do, write it out, break it down, talk yourself into it instead of out of it. You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. So the stimulus check could be an option to do that. If you've been teetering in that idea, it's probably a good time to consider it.
I agree, fam. I think too. I think we keep it so very honest on our panel about living the lifestyle of an entrepreneur, and most people do not start with a dead rich uncle left them bequeathed them millions of dollars and a silver spoon, and they took off. That's not how the entrepreneurial story goes. It's just not like that. And I'm saying that to say that every little bit counts. So as you get your stimulus check and do those things Alethea said, and Jeff and Chanel are saying, and disperse it as you need to in priority for your own life, you don't need $1 million. $1 million would always help you in starting your business, but you can start with less. We'll just say, 10% of something is better than 100% of nothing. So you can start it with a lot less, and you'll be amazed what Jeff, you'll be amazed what a passion for keeping your body fit and healthy can turn into a whole personal trainer business and things of that nature. You know, so you'd be amazed. A little can become a lot. It can.
Yeah, and this is like, so if last week we were all into the desserts and all these different things that we have desserts. But if you think about what Gian just said, think about the guy from The Pursuit of Happiness. I forget what his name was, but he was with his son and he was homeless, but he had an aspiration, something he wanted to do with his life because he knew it would benefit what he wanted to do for his family. You know, there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there that had even those meager beginnings and turned it into something good. So don't think just because your situation seems bad now, it's going to stay that way. The only person that's going to make it stay that way is you. You know, you can talk yourself out of it. You know, but anything that you want, anything worth having is working, you know, work just as hard for. If you're willing to work so hard for another company, you should be willing to work 3 times harder for your own. You know, that's the way I see it. That's the way I think a process will go. You know, is it an up and down? Yes, it's up and down. It's a struggle, but the rewards are greater than the money. At the end of the day, the rewards are greater than the money. You know, so, you know, we would encourage you, you know, now is the time to use that stimulus money to stimulate your dreams and get that business going.
I want to say something real quick, something for people to really think about. Just look at the big picture. We had the government shut down. Was that a year and a half ago? Where they shut the government down. The whole economy of the world was pretty much shut down before. This is our 3rd stimulus check. How many people are living check to check? This should be a warning sign because we can't keep relying on the government for our money and to save us, because one day they will say we cannot save you. And then what do we do? This is the time. This is a warning sign for whether you're 15 years old, whether you're 30 years old, or whether you're 70 years old. You cannot rely on someone else to rescue you or give you a check, because we saw with Congress, they were taking their time bickering back and forth over giving out first the $600 and then now it's $1,400. This is the time to really think about, and we talk about all the time, multiple streams of income, passive income, because if something happens, like what happened now, you want to make sure you still got some money coming in. What if you have passive income of $1,400 every month? I mean, think about it. This is the time to start thinking, okay, I saw what happened. One day you may want to work and you can't work, and you're relying on the government to save you or give you a check. What if they don't give you a check? This is the type of thing you start thinking about and have that 2-year, 5-year, 10-year plan. What am I going to do in a year if I need another check and the government says we don't have any money to give you because we can't print no more? Then what you going to do? What if you cannot work? So this should be a warning sign to all of us that, hey, they may not be able to bail me out next time. What am I going to do? And this is the time to start thinking, what can you do with that money to help create something for you that can make you $1,400 every month? And you can start small with, even like Dion said, a YouTube channel. You can monetize a YouTube channel and make thousands a month. You could. It takes work. Don't happen overnight. But the thing is, like you say, you got to get started and you got to try. And this is the time to start looking into it, because there's no guarantee this won't happen a year from now. There's no guarantee we won't have another virus in a year or 2 or 5. We had Zika virus before. We had all different types of, we had SARS. I know it won't be something else in 2 years. They say I got to get another shot, or we got to shut down again. If that happens, how are you going to keep your cash flow going? So this is something just to think about. I'm not saying you got to do something, but you got to start thinking ahead, because we can't keep relying on other people to save us. We got to learn how to start saving ourselves.
Yeah, it's true, Jeff. I mean, countries that's not supposed to be as rich as the United States manage to keep income flowing for their citizens, but for whatever reason, our country was not willing to do so. So it is a stark reminder, you know, you may have been working 3 jobs and you lost 2 of them. That's another thing too. So it's like the level of how you was maintaining before the pandemic, you know, Where's that ease in that? So, again, this is a different way to look at it. If you have a dream, if you have a passion, what better time now that you don't have those other two jobs to kind of spend some time thinking it out and seeing maybe this is the time, this is the year, let me try to do that. If you're a single mother, there are a lot of benefits in this stimulus check for a single mom. That child credit, ready to put Kasi back in middle school. So get some of them, child credits, but that's another benefit that'll come with your tax return. So you got your stimulus check, then you go ahead and e-file and do your taxes. That's a little extra money now to invest in, what you want to do with your startup, how you want to go. So think of it two ways. Got that stimulus check, I'm going to hold this stimulus check, tax refund's going to come through, now I got extra money. How am I going to budget this out? Can pay the bills and still manage to do something to benefit the business that you want to start. So look at the big picture, the stimulus check, tax return season, you got some money coming to you. How can you roll that around? How can you make that work for the household and the business? Those two things you got to map out, but you got to get it in your mindset. That's what you want to do. Plan it out, put it in your calendar. You might forget we said it today. So put it in your calendar, remind yourself when those checks come in, you want to sit down and collectively look at how you can accomplish that dream to really get your business started. And this is definitely the season to do it. And not just because of the year that it is, but because of the stimulus opportunities that are there for you. Use it to your best benefit. Not to Macy's, not to the Nike store. Use it to your best benefit. The sacrifice will pay off within itself for yourself and your family. We all three can attest to that at times, in more ways than another. I see everybody's nodding. Dion's nodding.
I just appreciate always coming to the show, because no matter what the conversation or topic is, it always leaves you with something learned, and it is that reminder that you and Jeff and you just gave. It is very sobering what we've been through. If you don't know, now you know that it's in your hands, and at some point it could be totally in your hands. And I was looking up the unemployment rate today. It's still at like 6.2%. North Carolina, we're here in North Carolina, Jeff. It's one of the highest. It is, and so it's almost like you might as well, you might as well, after all we've seen this year, and you don't know what it's going to look like, you might as well try what's in your heart and mind and ability to do. You might as well do that also, right?
And looking at it, there's a lot of organizations that are popping out now. In LinkedIn is a good place to go. Not necessarily Facebook all the time when you really want to network as far as business. LinkedIn is good for that. And there's a lot of organizations now that are popping up that are creating different types of programs to help people become entrepreneurs. Let's see you later, Jeff. Jeff got to go.
No, I'm here. I'm just reminding you. That's all.
So we'll make it quick, but yeah, LinkedIn is a good place to go. There are a lot of organizations out there now. They're creating specific funding for people trying to start their own business, and it could be an opportunity for funding without having to go through the credit backgrounds or whatever. Now, I'm not saying they're going to give you $50,000. Some of these organizations are talking about something as simple as $2,500 to get people started in their businesses. And that's another opportunity. So look into some of those things. And if we find them, I'll start sharing them on our Facebook page. So again, traffic to our Facebook page, Conversation with Entrepreneurs, and we will try to start keeping you in the loop of the opportunities that help you follow and pursue that dream to be an entrepreneur. So I know we have a couple people that need to leave us, so we're going to do some last words real quick. Chanel and Jeff, which one of you want to go first? Because I know you got to drop.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. Like I said, take advantage of these checks because we don't know when, if or when we get another one. And just remember, everything everyone said, I agree with. We've been through so much this year. Why not spend a little bit on yourself, make yourself feel good? You know, we need that. But at the same time, don't spend all of it on just things that are fun per se. Take some of that money and use it to get some type of asset, something that can make money for you, something that can stimulate your mind to help you learn how to, better yourself. So use it in all the positive ways that you can.
I agree. Chanel?
I'm going to ditto that, Jeff. But also just reiterate shopping local. Also, yeah, do something for yourself. I think that's so important to, we talk about investing in yourself, and that looks different for everybody. Maybe that's buying a book or, signing up for a gym membership. It looks different, but take time to spend money and time on things that are going to help you learn, grow, and create value. And that goes for your business and you as a personal brand. So those are two things that I would leave you all with tonight.
Thanks, Chanel. I agree with it. And so since you and Jeff are going to cut off, I don't think it'd be a good idea for me and Dion to be up here by ourselves. I just know something just going to go really wrong. Yeah. So.
No, I'm staying. I'm here. I'm just out
okay.
as a reminder.
And I still don't know if that's a good idea to leave me alone with them, Chanel.
No, it's not. I think we learned our lesson from last week.
Yeah.
So Mama will stay on.
Yeah.
Mama Nell.
Dion.
We're not gonna do that ever again, Chanel. But yes, I want to say it may not take as much as you think. You can you'll be surprised what you can do with a little bit of this stimulus money as you prioritize them and do all these things we've suggested. But you got something you got something in your hand you can work with and invest it and watch it grow. It'll help you in the long run. It's going to add to your story and your great entrepreneurial testimony. Thank you so much for listening to us.
Thank you. I agree so much. And just the whole topic now, the way it shifts is stimulate your entrepreneurial venture. With the stimulus money that's coming in, pursuing opportunities, figuring out what's best. And like Chanel said, even just doing something to make yourself feel good, because it has been a taxing year for all of us. So just get that out of your system too. Don't go overboard. Unless you want to travel with Chanel, the Moogly Travel be there to help you out and that'd be okay. But if you, go to the sweetness from them cakes we had last week, then Jeff is the fitness, he'll help you burn that off too. So we got different ways we can work. And then if your mind is just gonna, Deanna will work with you on that. I'm gonna sit back and coordinate. But at the end of the day, if you have an entrepreneur dream, now is the time. If you see additional monies coming in to, think about it, try to focus on it. Get your resources, but also get in touch with different people or groups that are going through the same process, so you can have someone that can talk you through it instead of talking you out of it. That's the biggest thing is with entrepreneurs, when you're pursuing that, don't let people talk you out of it. Get around like-minded.
That was great what you just said.
Like-minded people. We're all like-minded here, but we're all fam now too. But just get around people like that, and don't be afraid to ask us questions on our Facebook page or even on Instagram. What I don't know, I guarantee you someone on this panel does. And if we don't collectively, we'll find an answer for you, but we will respond. That much I will promise you. So you're not alone in your journey. We're here, and we've been here for almost a year. And as long as you guys keep listening, we're going to stay around a little longer. So with that, I think we've had a great evening. I'm so glad we had a chance to just get out here and talk and stimulate minds while they're working on stimulus checks. Everybody have a great evening.